Hey guys, I just wanted to chime in here. I finally got a chance to watch the new Batwoman trailer for the CW, and I just want to say I'm one of those people who was ecstatic when Ruby Rose announced that she was going to be Batwoman and we began to hear about this series. She is spectacular in so many ways. She's a marvel to look at. Her performances are always so natural. I was very excited, and she clearly was incredibly emotional, incredibly respectful of this character. Now, some harpies have been harping on the fact that this and it's Batman and it's that and respect it. Okay. From somebody who actually knows the character and had heard of Batwoman before this series was announced, I just want to say I'm very excited. And here's why. There are some cheesy lines, and they are kind of shoving home, just like they did with Supergirl, the whole girl woman power thing. They don't need to do that. For example, if you're saying something like, I'm not about to let a man take credit for a woman's work, you could just say, I'm not about to let a man take credit for my work. That's fine. You worked hard, you've deserved it, you earned the attention, and it's perfectly fine to understand what a symbol it would be for people to know that this is Batwoman, not Batman. So those lines are in the trailer, those lines are going to be in the series. Be prepared. I'm not going to let it take away from these wonderful moments that they've already captured and they've already been able to show us in the trailer. No matter what, I'm excited. I expect cheesy from CW. I expect them to be a little lazy in their writing. I expect them to be a little too on the nose. It's kind of what they're known for, and it's why some of their series fail. It's why when they tried to do Supergirl, they're still doing Supergirl. They have to bring in Superman to get people to watch the show because, sorry, the writing's just not that good. The storyline's just not that good. The character is just not that developed. She can't stand on her own, but I'm glad she's still on the air. I'm hoping this one can stand on its own. With Ruby Rose, I think it absolutely can. I mean, how much better is that? So it clearly means a lot to her. Her performance is clearly 100% on. I'm excited. I'm excited. This is the first time I've been excited for a CW show as a DC fan for a very, very long time. Not since the first couple seasons of Smallville, and that's just a fact. So I'm excited. Again, if you watch the trailer, it starts out with the Crows. It starts out with a new League of Police force. Come to find out, Ruby Rose, her character, I'm assuming will still be called Kane, uh, is the daughter of the head of this new group. So she gets sucked in. A former flame of hers has been kidnapped. There's a wonderful storyline appears they're building there, and she goes down to her cousin's Batcave. So I guess her and Batman are cousins. Now, here's why this could actually make sense. If you go all the way back to the original history of Batwoman, she was specifically created in the comic books to be a female Bruce Wayne. She was also from a wealthy family, and she also became a vigilante, and they met each other. It was inevitable. They got married, blah, blah, blah. That storyline didn't last very long, and eventually we ended up with the Batwoman that we have today, who's completely different. But if they are both from families in Gotham City that are at a certain level, um, that makes sense that maybe their families are related. I don't know if it's on the mother's side or the father's side, but I'm okay with that. Somebody being cousins and that's her reason for knowing certain things or getting a clue. She still appears to be surprised when she goes into the Batcave. She just wanted to go down, I guess, to the R&D department. She just wanted to get some tools. She just wanted to go to Wayne Enterprises. She finds the Batcave and she's like, oh, whole nother level. Here we go. And thus we get Batwoman. So the good news is this could really, really open up the doors for amazing female villains, for amazing female character development that we haven't been able to see otherwise in some of the CW shows. And that's good for little girls like I used to be, who what we had growing up was Batman the Animated Series. What we had was Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy and the two-part Batgirl episode, and we lived for these things. Like, they weren't written for us, but eventually people figured out the girls were watching this cartoon. And there's still clearly an audience out there dying for more representation, dying for more things that they can relate to. So that's why this is important. That's why I'm very excited for this. If you haven't seen the trailer, go ahead and see it. As somebody who has been familiar with this character for a very long time and understands a lot more of the nuances, I still think it's going to appeal to people on a very relatable, as even if you aren't that into comic books, even if you aren't familiar with this character, that's not going to matter. There's going to be a lot of talk about this because in the comics she's former military, lesbian, Jewish, tattooed up, super tomboy, and that in of itself is going to be something different from the other shows that they've done for DC on the CW. So be prepared for a lot of stories written about that, and be prepared for people to jump on the SJW bandwagon or whatever that means. Some people need to get a life. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm gonna watch it, and partially because I'm a huge Ruby Rose fan, and I think she's perfectly cast. So there you go. If you get a chance, go ahead and watch it, and let us know what you think.